did it, guys. Wonder Woman is directed by Patty Jenkins, starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Connie Nielsen, Robin Wright, David Thewlis, or however you say. He's Lupin from Harry Potter. Wonder Woman is the origin story of Gal Gadot's character that we saw back in Batman v Superman, a controversial DC movie, as the whole controversial DCEU has been since the cinematic universe started back in Man of Steel. People have either loved the movies, liked them, or just not been impressed by them. And Wonder Woman has been set out to be the one that really is supposed to strike it down and be the different one, and is supposed to set the DCU on the right track. And does it just do that? Wonder Woman does that and does so much more for the whole world and the whole Hollywood landscape itself. But Wonder Woman, like I said, is an origin story, and it takes place back when Diana Prince didn't really know who she was. She didn't know what powers she was or what she was capable of. And it starts on this paradise island where she's raised by Amazonian goddesses, where it's just all women, there's no men. And then when Chris Pine's character crash lands on this island, he tells of a war going on in London, and she decides to go with him to stop it. Or it really felt like Captain America First Avenger, but taking place in World War I instead of World War II. Plus, what you can also throw into there is a lot of elements of Thor. But the best thing about this is the DC movie doesn't take itself just like those two. It takes good elements from them, but it's also centered on its own movie itself. It is a great movie. It's a superhero movie, and that's what they set out to do. They didn't set out to make a war film, even though they have fantastic war scenes in it, but they set out to make a superhero origin story. They didn't look at anything else. They didn't have to connect to anything else. This is a complete origin story, and that's exactly what this movie should have been focused on. Performances all in here are off the charts amazing. I mean, Chris Pine is always a fantastic actor. He did a fantastic job in this film. And also Gal Gadot, I was not a fan of her when they said she was cast as Wonder Woman, but I have to apologize for that. I totally see after seeing this movie why they would have casted her. She has great charismatic skills with this. She has such a good focus and personality to what the character needed and that dynamic they're trying to give to her. I won't say she's a fantastic actor and it hasn't really impressed me, but this movie has impressed me with her performance, and she does do a great physicality role to it as well. Gal Gadot really is Wonder Woman. She embodies everything that you think of Wonder Woman being. I can't forget Connie Nielsen as well, or Robin Wright, both playing Amazonians as well, do a fantastic job for the small role they have, and it's great to see what they're bringing and setting up into this universe. Because as so far, we haven't seen a lot of magic and kind of all those gods and goddesses in the DCEU. Lupin from Harry Potter, he did a great job in here. He has a small role, but a very significant role, and I like the role that they did with this. All the action in this movie is filmed brilliantly. I mean, Patty Jenkins really directed the hell out of this movie, and the fact that she hasn't directed a movie since Monster is incredibly sad, but I'm so glad that she directed this film. Just having her direct this film was so unique and so special. You could totally tell that she got the character of Wonder Woman, and when she directs these action scenes, might I say some people might have a problem with a little bit too much slow-mo. I didn't have a problem. I think it made her look badass, but there's at least 3 to 4 big action scenes in the whole film, and each one is memorable. All the ones in the middle are great. The ones in the beginning, it just get the movie going, gets you really excited to see the film. And the last one is so mind-blowingly fantastic. It's nothing about Batman v Superman. It might have some of the same tones, but it seems like they toned it down and did it in such a great way, where they used practical effects but also CGI effects. Perfect mix. Yes, there is a lot of CGI in the film, but I think the practical effects also worked with them perfectly, and it really made the action more tense, more gritty, and more realistic, in my opinion, for what you can say for being a Wonder Woman movie. I mean, this movie really changed a lot for the superhero genre. I think it's one of the most best superhero movies I've seen in a very long time. Yes, we got Logan this year, but it's up right behind it for me. I really loved Wonder Woman. If I honestly had any problems with the movie, I thought the pacing was great. I really don't get why people were really complaining about the pacing in some other reviews I saw. I thought the pacing was perfectly still. It was a great Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. The only problem, if I had any, was the villain. And the villain, for me, there was 3 villains in this film, and each one was just okay. I didn't think they were all fantastic. There is one, though, that is memorable, and I will say that for me, it was memorable. But there is one called Dr. Poison, and I understand why the purpose of this villain was in here, but for me, it was a little too corny for the feeling that they were going for, and some of the dialogue. It's not as bad as Enchantress, don't get me wrong. Dr. Poison, she has a cool atmosphere to her, and she has a cool little arc in here, but I won't say she's anything special. I thought some of her things were a little too corny, but I understood why she was there. Wonder Woman is a fantastic film. I absolutely adored the film, everything from the beginning to the end. I honestly love the beginning more than the end because for me, the dialogue in here is so fantastic. And I also love how in this film, you can really tell that they would keep scenes just keep going. Where most movies would kind of cut it, like, okay, we need to get the pacing down, we need the hour down, get the runtime down a little bit. No, there's one scene in the beginning where it's just them on a boat, and their dialogue is so fantastic. It was so memorable. And Chris Pratt and Gal Gadot's chemistry is off the charts. They're so great together. And when you see just all the chemistry bouncing off the wall and the dialogue they have with every character in this film, it just makes for a memorable film, and that you're not caring for the next action scene. You're not caring where you're going because you still care about and you're invested in these characters because the dialogue is so superb. It was a great script, great writing, great directing. The action was out of this world incredible. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. She's fantastic as it. Chris Pine and Steve Trevor is awesome as well. Everyone in here did such a fantastic job that I really enjoyed Wonder Woman to hell. I really enjoyed Wonder Woman. I cannot stress enough to give the DC movies another try, and Wonder Woman should be that movie you should give another shot for. I'm going to give Wonder Woman an A. But what did you guys think of Wonder Woman? Comment down below and let me know. I'm really happy and really excited to hear what other people are talking about this DC movie because DC, like I said, it's very diverse. People will either really like them or really not. I'm a fan of Batman v Superman, Ultimate Cut, and I'm a fan of Man of Steel. Suicide Squad, I like things in it. I don't like the movie at all. I have it because of an OCD order, I swear to God I have, about owning every movie in a franchise. But for me, Wonder Woman is the one that sets it on course, and I hope Justice League can follow up and be just as good, or just a good movie in general. Please. But like I said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you like this and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. I also will be getting a Captain Underpants review out to you guys later this week. I'm either going to see it tomorrow or Saturday morning. Then obviously we have 2 movies I'm anticipating to see next week, The Mummy and It Comes at Night. Mostly It Comes at Night. I'm a fan of A24, so I can't wait to review that. But other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your guys' weekend, and I hope you guys enjoyed Wonder Woman as much as I did.